You know what's coming up? Summer Game Fest.
Summer Game Fest.
It's getting hotter outside, and that means we're getting more game announcements soon. So we want to talk about stuff that maybe we want to see at Summer Game Fest. I went on their website. It looks like they've got some affiliate stuff already up there as to what's been announced. They've got the Xbox Showcase, that's a part of it. Day of the Devs, which happens every year. That's Double Fine's thing. And then they've obviously got the Summer Game Fest Showcase, where they do their own thing and they have their own big announcements. But it seems like there's a lot of studios that have yet to announce their showcases, and those are always, I don't know exactly how it works. They always say they're like Summer Game Fest affiliated, but it always seems like Jeff is just like, oh, PlayStation announced something? That's Summer Game Fest, maybe. Like, I don't know how it works exactly, but we're just putting it all under that Summer Game Fest umbrella. So we're just going to talk about like what we want to see. And like, I know for me, a lot of my stuff is like big swings, like very speculative, not based in any reality, just stuff that I want to see.
Okay.
Do you want to go like one by one?
Yeah,
like I'll do
I think
one.
we should go back and forth. Yeah.
Okay. We don't have access to each of our lists, so this will be news to both of us. Do we think, with the recent popularity of Oblivion Remaster, we're going to see the Elder Scrolls 6 at Summer Game Fest? Are we going to get another 30-second teaser? CGI teaser.
When we were talking about like I swear, like we both had the same idea of talking about this, and I was like, it's talking about Summer Game Fest too early, but my mind still was thinking about things. And I did think like about Elder Scrolls 6 for a second, and I'm like, this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that Starfield, you didn't have everyone wasn't working on Starfield. You had a large group of people working
for sure.
I hope so.
Maybe not a large group of people, but like they've stated that they've been working on it, right? Like it's their Elder Scrolls is the Bethesda thing, right? Like they know that is their big title.
Oh yeah, and you know what I think? Actually, now that I think about it, in the Oblivion announcement, didn't they say that the people around the studio were working on?
Yeah. Well, that's the game that's in full production over there. That's not like news to anyone. That's what they're working on.
My question is like, what I'm hoping is that it's been in full production for a while. I'm hoping it's been in full production for so long.
They probably announced like not long after Starfield came out that Elder Scrolls started full production. That's probably what happened. That's what I think happened.
I'm hoping for it, bro. I think
it's probably a ways out still, but like maybe we'll get some news about it. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be anything substantial.
If they come out, like, let's say they come out and it's just like a 30-second like, hey, it's almost time. Hey, I want an announcement like, and I'm not trying to hear, oh, we heard the feedback. We hear what people are saying, and when it comes to our engine, we're going to be making this game on Creation Engine 3.0. Like, I'm not trying to hear that shit. Yeah. I'm not trying to hear that, bro.
What would you like to see from them regarding Elder Scrolls 6 if they were to show anything?
This is my biggest ask. I won't ask anything else. This is the only thing I'm asking. No loading screens.
All right, that's just silly.
No, what?
You can have loading screens in a like.
No,
loading screens doesn't equal like lower quality game.
Breaks immersion, and especially in a game, bro. Elder Scrolls is largely about immersion. This isn't like some other loading screens can work in video games, but Elder Scrolls.
I mean, I'm fine with
move away from loading screens.
I'm fine with loading screens as long as they're not longer than like 4 seconds,
A loading screen, even for a second, is breaking immersion.
All right, I think that's going a little far.
Bro, no.
What do you expect to happen when you fast travel? Like, I get that the technology is like there, but
that's the thing. When you say fast travel, like fast travel is always gonna like if it's teleporting fast travel, it's always gonna be that thing. You know what I mean? Like you can try to be Spider-Man 2 with the cool map transition thing, right? But I'm talking about like as a person, I don't want to use fast travel, right? I want to play Elden Ring and feel fully immersed in this world. I'm not saying when I say it's the only thing I'm asking, I mean like literally. You
just said Elden Ring, by the way.
I'm so sorry. Elder Scrolls. When I'm playing Elder Scrolls, this new Elder Scrolls 6, I'm not asking for your game to look like to look like The Last of Us. I'm not asking for the game to, be like larger in even like just like scale from like the other stuff that I've played from Bethesda. I'm just asking for a seamless experience. That is my biggest and only request for Elder Scrolls 6. No loading screens. I want to walk into a tavern and I want to walk out. I want to walk into the bathroom. I want to walk into the cave. I want it to be seamless. I want to be immersed. And I lied. I do have another request.
Okay.
I want voice acting for the main character.
No, Bryson, I'm going to kill you.
Give Arya option to turn it off.
Everyone hates this. It's terrible. It's bad. It makes for a worse experience.
You guys have it be off by default, even. Off by default. There you guys go.
It's just,
I want it there.
It's antithetical to the RPG that they're trying to build. Like, it's not. This conversation's, everyone's come to a consensus that this is a bad thing.
Bryson wants no loading screens and voice acting.
Bryson can build his own Elder Scrolls then.
Troy Baker, please.
He's not playing my Elder Scrolls with that in
it. It's not my Elder Scrolls.
All right. What's your next?
So what I want to see, this is a pretty light ask. I think this is pretty we're probably gonna get this. I want some Ghost of Yotei gameplay. And not chopped up.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I want to see like a demo. I want a Ghost of Yotei gameplay demo.
I mean, the game's supposed to come out in October, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I could easily see that happening.
100%.
Yeah. And I would look forward to that because one of the most fun things for me for Ghost of Tsushima was like the tool set and like playing around with like the grappling hook and like sneaking and stuff. And I feel like, if the Infamous series is anything to go off of when it comes to like having fun with the tools you have available to you, and like Ghost of Tsushima was them establishing that like play style, then I feel like Ghost of Yotei is going to be them like really perfecting it. So like I'm really hyped for that.
Yeah. That's a pretty boring one, but
it's not boring. I mean, it's something to look forward to, Yeah. And I definitely could see it happening. I think it's going to happen. Another big swing from me. I don't think this is going to happen.
I'm happy to hear these. I like these.
I don't think this is going to happen. But maybe like a CGI teaser trailer for the next Larian game, the developers.
Oh, yes. 3. Yes. So I've only seen 2 things on Ari's list. That the Elder Scrolls one and this Larian one. Yeah, bro, pack it up.
Yeah, no, like I said, I don't think it's gonna happen.
You're not getting a CGI tease until 2027, and then maybe gameplay. But I would. That would be cool as hell to see. I have something I want to add to that too. But
yeah, go for it.
Oh my God, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna think I'm insane. You're gonna think. Okay. Oh my God.
It's harder for me to think less of you. No, I'm just kidding.
I want it. Oh my God, they're gonna kill me. I want it in an established IP. I don't want a new IP.
Well, I mean, Divinity is an established IP. They're older titles, so I can't say I'm against that. If they make Divinity 3, like, hey, that's great.
I don't want Divinity.
Awesome.
3. I want like fucking. I want like.
Like Star Wars,
like Star Wars or something, bro. I want something.
They're already making like an XCOM Star Wars game. Someone else. So.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, honestly, I would be fine with that. I think, like, obviously, whatever they're gonna do is gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be great, whatever it is. Yeah.
And I don't think they would agree to make something that they didn't have confidence in. It's kind of like the same way I feel about a lot of like large studios who have these established franchises and do like unique things afterwards, like fucking Naughty Dog making Intergalactic. Like, it looks weird and different. Like, give it to me. I know what you guys can do. Same thing with what was I gonna say? Oh fuck, I had it in my head. Guerrilla, like going from Killzone to Horizon. Like, yes, please. Like, whatever they do, I'm gonna be there for it. Some stuff I'll probably be more excited than others. Like if it is a big IP like Star Wars or whatever, like I would love to see them play around in a more exciting a world that they feel like they can shape and make more their own. Because like fucking Baldur's Gate 3 was so fantastic because it played with the established Baldur's Gate lore while giving it like Larian's unique flair. But the lore that they did dabble in is like so well thought out and so well written, and like the layers that they go through, like when like replaying that game, you can see all the different layers, like as like since you know what's going to happen, it's such an experience, and like the stuff they do with that story is crazy. And it's all playing in like D&D established lore, and it's all great. So yeah, man, whatever they do, like it's going to be good. Yeah. Your turn.
So I'm trying to think which one do I want to say next. I'm gonna say this is like 2 out of the 3 PlayStation Studio stuff I'm gonna say. I think it's time to see more Wolverine.
Oh, that was on my list.
Oh, yeah. It is?
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely time. They showed it like 2 years ago or something, right? Like it's been a while.
Like 2021.
Oh God, fucking yeah. Like they've got to be pretty far along at this point. It's so hard to gauge these things because it seems like the time between initial trailers and like follow-up stuff is so long these days.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's about time, right?
I think I think that's like with the Wolverine thing, similar to I think Blade with Xbox.
Man, I forgot the game existed. Fuck, I'm excited for that game.
I think PlayStation, their strategy that they've adopted it's the same thing that the CEO of Take-Two was talking about, where it's like, we don't want to talk about stuff too much. We want to do the big advertisement close to release, that whole thing. Like, like look at PlayStation with God of War. They announced it 2021, I think it was. No, it was 2020. It was 2020 they announced it. But like, they didn't really show gameplay or anything until a few months before it came out. Like, they do things like that.
God of War?
My fault, Ragnarok.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, the original reveal for God of War was like all gameplay. But no, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And like Astrobot, like, you know, this new thing that they're doing where like they don't really like push something until like the very end.
I mean, in some instances, in other instances, that's not the case. I think Wolverine is an example.
Yeah, but I think Wolverine is the only example of them announcing something like
Naughty Dog.
Which game?
Intergalactic.
Well, Intergalactic, I believe Intergalactic is coming out like within. I think that's coming out like before 2027. I think it's coming out like next year.
I don't see that happening.
I 100% believe that.
They've said that they're pretty early on. I'm pretty sure.
Man, but I know they said they've been working on it for 4 years.
I mean, that doesn't mean much over there.
I think Intergalactic comes out fall 2026. But
no,
bro, we'll see.
No, I will bet like $300 that it's not happening.
I bet you we get Intergalactic again at the Game Awards this year, and Intergalactic comes out fall next year.
No, you are smoking something, man. That is not happening.
I think that's how PlayStation is moving right now. And going back to Wolverine, I think the only reason why Wolverine was done differently was because it was more of an announcement that they got the like IP. Like it was I forgot what I seen, but it was like it was kind of Insomniac has that whole plan that leaked out, right? Where they like you know, we seen like with their whole like what
they're doing like well, I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but they're doing some interesting stuff.
Yeah. And I think that the announcement of Wolverine, I feel like that was I don't think that announcement was so much for the public. I feel like that was more for the industry to know. Like,
I mean, it's weird because, it's hard for me to get in the headspace of like where PlayStation was that long ago. But it seemed like for a while, PlayStation has struggled to like have titles for people, like single player titles for people to get excited about. Like the main complaint has been people don't know what PlayStation's slate is like coming up. Like there's Wolverine, there's Intergalactic, and then past that, like.
But PlayStation hides their slate. Like we don't know, like, because if we look at it like
in the past, we've still had a good sense of like what things are going to be.
franchise, like in like that's like 2018, like 2016, like because like
yeah, but like that's not a good thing, right?
I think
it's been a while.
Well, I think why this is kind of I won't say it's a good thing, but I also can't really say it's a bad thing because it's like I think the bad thing would be if we don't. Here's what I think, right? I think these were the bad thing. The two bad things would be if like we're not getting games and we're not getting communication, right? But we are getting games I'm talking about for PlayStation, right?
Like what?
Like bro, let's look at the 2024. We had Astrobot Game of the Year. Yeah. 2023 we had Spider-Man 2. And then both of those was at Final Fantasy. There's Final Fantasy in both of those in 2024 and 2023.
Yeah.
Typically, PlayStation has like 4 big games a year, but I'm just listing like the biggest ones, right? Like, and then 2022 you had God of War Ragnarok. 21 I think was. Oh, then I think 2022. I think did 2022 have Ragnarok and Forbidden West? But I forgot. I think 2021 was lighter. I think that was like Ratchet and Clank, and then you had other small things like Sifu. But like, there's been games like there's been a healthy release of titles for PlayStation for the past like 4 years.
I don't think so. It seems I'm listing dry. You listed God of War, Astrobot,
Horizon. Astrobot, Horizon, Returnal. Are we counting Final Fantasy? Are we counting like the partnership?
I mean, I guess you could, yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, and like what else?
Miles Morales. I'm putting that in.
No. It's been lighter than usual. I don't think that's controversial.
What is usual?
They've just had more titles come out in the past, like the titles that whatever their studios are doing, and it's taking longer, and they don't have big games as frequently.
Look at like in 2020 we had Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, right? That was like, I mean that was a pretty active year, we can say like for sure, right? 2020. And then in 2019 it was dry. I think 2019 was like, what was that? Death Stranding and Days Gone? Yeah. Death Stranding and Days Gone. 18 was God of War and Spider-Man. And then 2017 was Horizon Forbidden West. 16 was Uncharted.
Forbidden West, but yeah.
Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. 2017 was I'm tripping. Yeah, 2017 was wait. I got mixed up.
No. I mean, I get
was
what
Uncharted.
You're
like, I mean, like I think that the rhythm. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot. In 2017, there was also Uncharted Lost Legacy. I don't know if that counts. Yeah. Uncharted 4 came out 2016. I think that that generation had a lot of really good games, but I do think like those were spread out across the years. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I think now, we're getting like I think 2 a year. You know what I'm saying? I think like last year was pretty dry, but even last year, I say last year's dry in my opinion because the 2 big games they had was Lego Horizon and Astrobot, and then you want to count Concord. You know what I mean? Like those are like they're, and then Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, but
yeah,
Astrobot got Game of the Year. You know what I mean? Like I think
no, I'm not saying that the games that they come out don't do well. I mean that's no surprise.
But I'm saying I know you weren't saying that, but I'm saying like the amount of games that they release, like they're dropping like I'd say like. I think it's 4 every year. I think PlayStation drops 4 like decently sized games, whether it's like PlayStation Studios or it's like some partnership like Stellar Blade or Final Fantasy. They're dropping 4 a year, and I think in the past they weren't dropping 4 a year. It was a great generation, the PS4 generation, but they weren't dropping four titles a year. Not like how they are now. I think the feeling of PlayStation not having as much coming out comes from the lack of roadmap, but I mean,
it feels drier,
Yeah, I think that's what I think. It's the roadmap. I think like
people, like we just don't know what it is. Yeah, we don't know what's coming out really.
Yeah, my fault. I love PlayStation, so I'll defend PlayStation forever. So I'm not going to continue to ramble about that. But yeah,
no, I get you. It's just like Wolverine's just like the latest example of like a game getting announced way too early.
Yeah. And I think that was like,
same with like Intergalactic probably.
Yeah, be different on that.
I looked it up, by the way.
Okay.
About like when Intergalactic is like expected to release, and according to Jason Schreier, it likely will not be released before 2027. So there you go. Yeah, I'm not like saying this just to like. Yeah, I didn't say that to put a damper on it. Like realistically, that game's not coming out for a while.
Yeah, and it being Jason Schreier, like had it been anybody else, I'd have been like, "Fuck what they're talking about."
But no, I mean you had to have known. Like you had to know that game was not coming out anytime soon. They've never announced a game like in a reasonable time frame. That's always what they do. They always announce games way too early.
I'm just going off of how PlayStation's been moving for the majority of this generation.
No,
think about the AAA games that PlayStation has put out this generation, and think about when they were announced. Like
I don't even.
God of War Ragnarok came out 2022. It was announced 2020. Spider-Man 2 was announced 2021. It came out 20. Yeah, that's 2 years. Intergalactic was announced last year. Boom, boom. Fall 2027.
Naughty Dog always takes forever between their first trailer and the release of their game. Like I know The Last of Us 2. That first trailer came out like 3 years before the game came
out. But that was the old generation. That's PS4 generation.
Come on. And you think it's going to get better as time goes on?
I think PlayStation I think they're now in a position where they're so like on top, where they feel like they don't have to tell you about anything until it's about to come out.
Well, yeah. No. What?
Yeah.
No. I thought you were going to say they're so on top that they feel like they don't need to like be reasonable about like.
That's what I'm saying.
Trailer release dates versus game release dates, which is what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they feel like they don't have to tell you. Like, I think Intergalactic, they could have told us about Intergalactic. Oh, this is what I think. I think they could have told us about Intergalactic 2 years ago, but did not.
I don't think that's true. Right. I think this game is still early in development, man. Like, the game existed as concept art 2 years ago. Like. Man. Yeah, these things take a while. Like Naughty Dog is always like taking forever with their stuff, and they always release trailers way too early. That's how they do it.
You, Neil Druckmann.
Okay, well then believe in that he's done this like 2 times before, and that it's always taken forever. Like, look at what he's done. Anyway,
Wolverine. I think Wolverine is about that time. I want to see Wolverine. I'm not super hyped for it though. I kind of just want to see it because I just.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I think people are going to be Well, no, I won't say anything that speaks to the leaks, but I'm excited for it, and I think the worst thing they could do is show off Wolverine and not show gameplay. If that happens, then people can be rightfully frustrated by that because they need to show gameplay. My turn. Do you remember Light No Fire?
That's so familiar, bro.
That is the next game from No Man's Sky developer.
Oh, the Planet
Hello one, Games. Yes.
One World one.
It's One World. Yeah. Honestly, like I don't even know that I'm ever gonna play this game, but as a concept, it seems so cool that like I just want to see more of it. You know, like it just seems it seems so neat. Obviously, like when it comes to game releases, their track record, like from day one of new games, like isn't great. But they've shown that they can build, like with time, they can build out their worlds in an exciting way. I think they can tackle something like this in an interesting way, and just as like a social experience, I want to see what it looks like. I guess for those who don't know, Light No Fire is like takes place on one massive, like realistically sized planet, and every player exists on that same planet.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, so like just that concept is fucking crazy. I love that. And like in my head right now, it's like it's just a concept. Like I don't know how that would. Like other than the obvious social aspects, I don't know as a gameplay experience if that would be fun, but I just want to see what that looks like. You know, I'm just excited to see more of it
and what the community could build in that. You know,
yeah,
like there could just be whole faction. Like imagine like I hope they have this stuff figured out. Like hey man, if they don't have this figured out, I'm gonna be
well. this was the same exact thing that happened with No Man's Sky, where people like imparted their own like wishes on the game. They were like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a pirate who like loots freighters and stuff," and like none of that stuff was in there. Like people were just like making lists of things they wanted to do in the game, and then the game was like bare bones as hell. Well, so I'm really hoping that's not the case, but that's what they've done in the past. So
let's also not forget that like his name's Sean. What's his last
name? Murphy.
Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy.
I think that's what it is.
Let me see.
But yeah.
Nope, it is not Sean Murphy.
Well, what is it? What is it?
Sean No Man's Sky. Let's see. Murray. I was close.
Oh, Sean Murray. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Sean Murray. He was during that No Man's Sky thing. It was a lot of people saying like, "Yo, can I do this?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, he's just lying. He's just straight up lying about stuff.
I hope they learn from that. But what I want from this is like, like if everyone's all in the same map. If me and everybody in this one region, there's like 300 of us, want to go to this other area and take shit over, I think there should be a massive war that happens. I think that whole thing should work server side. I think it should not glitch out. It should work. Yeah. I think that's a very reasonable expectation for a game that has. I take that back. Because we don't know what it's going to be about. We just know everyone's in the same map. So
I think like an important part of whether or not this game is successful is like the type of player base that they cultivate, right? I think of like, for some reason, like Rust keeps coming into my head. Like if you get a bunch of like Rust players in this game, like it's going to be not fun. It's just going to be like factions and like
be fun for a certain group.
People, briefing other people. But if you get like a Death Stranding type of co-op vibe where people are just helping each other out with stuff, like that could be great. Bro, I mean, people say that's one of the best parts of the experience. I don't know.
I do love that about Death Stranding. I love
like a lot of it's just going to be what the community does, I guess. I mean, I don't know. We know fucking nothing about this game. So it's hard to say.
I got caught up too. I really thought, that's my fault.
Yeah. Well, that's why I want to see more of it, right? Like, like before No Man's Sky came out, everyone was like, show me more gameplay. And they're like, here's us landing on a planet. Whoa. What do you do on the planet? You get resources on the planet. Whoa, look at that animal. Cool. Like, and then you play the game and it's like, oh, this is the game. This is what you do.
I showed you what we do. You go on the planet and you look at the animals.
Exactly. Like there's nothing else. They added more stuff, but when the game launched, it was land, fire your laser, get resources, upgrade your ship, funky looking animals, go to a different planet, do the same thing over again. Like there was nothing there. So hopefully they've learned their lesson. I would not be surprised if they haven't. Like it seems like as similarly ambitious as No Man's Sky, and like they bit off more than they could chew with that, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do the same with this one. So I want to see more of it. I want to see what it is.
Yeah, I'm really hyped for that, honestly, because there's just so much potential in it. So
exactly. And that's what they do. They're really good at stringing people along with the potential of their games.
And you're not going to catch me on this.
Oh, yeah. Like, do not pre-order this game, whatever you do.
I was so close to pre-ordering No Man's Sky. And the only reason why I didn't pre-order No Man's Sky is because I was, like, a teenager and I didn't have any money. And I'm like, like, I couldn't convince my mom. I wasn't about to spend that bandwidth, on getting her to give me that game. And then, like, I think right around that time where it was like, okay, the game is, like, nearing release, let me try and like get the game like pre-ordered or whatever. That was like right when it started to look kind of funky. It was like, hold on, wait a second.
Wait. Hold up.
Yeah.
This fucking dude's been lying this whole time. He's got such a kind face though. What do you mean he's got that?
Like, y'all brought this man up.
He's so cute.
Like on Steve Colbert and everything. Like y'all got on the Tonight Show talking about this game. Like it's the future of gaming, and
they trotted this dude around. Like like he was goddamn some sort of messiah.
Yeah, like you're like, yeah, bro, he was like video game Jesus for a second, bro.
Yeah, like for real, you know. Like, he was the Peter Molyneux of our time.
Yeah, man. And that's another thing. I think Shuhei Yoshida talked about this on a podcast. I think it might have been Sick or Simple, I'm not sure. But I think he talked about it with somebody. Maybe it was kind of funny. I don't know. I think he was the one who believed in Sean. And then like he was the one who was kind of like who got him pushed around. And then the game ended up being what it was. And like it was, bro, there was like a line that he said about like their relationship. Like it was something like, oh, I guess we could be cool in the future. Like or like something along the lines of like they were not good. Like they were like something, it was sour. Which is crazy.
It went from like, oh, he's such a cool guy to like, what's the quickest way I could beat this guy to death?
like, bro, you got me.
Where is he right now?
Like, bro.
What's his location? Okay, I'm gonna have to pause real quick because the dog is all right. Okay, we were talking about beating Sean Murray to death. No, but like, obviously, I'm joking. But yeah, people fucking hated him for a while. Yeah,
that game was $60.
Yeah. Was it or was it $40? It might have been $40.
Man, it
might have been
$60 now.
I don't think it's $60.
Oh, that game never goes on sale.
Let's see.
Never.
What did No Man's Sky? Here, No Man's Sky. Oh God, No Man's Sky launch price. Launch price $60, right? Goddamn.
And it never goes on sale. Like throughout that whole like thing, it does not go on sale. Especially when like I can tell you for a 100% fact when the game started to kind of get like its mojo or whatever, never on sale.
It's never on sale. It's usually around like 30 now, like 25.
I've never seen it on sale.
No, I've seen it.
Like I've seen it. Like on PlayStation.
Yeah. No, it's been on sale. Bro. It's been on sale. I know that. But like a lot of people talk about how it was like a redemption story for them. Mm-hmm. I don't see it that way. No. I see it as them like putting in the work to deliver on the promise that they originally made.
Yeah.
But I don't think they should be lauded for doing that, you know?
No.
Like I think this isn't to say like fuck game developers for lying to us, but like he very blatantly like lied to people. Yeah. And now they finally kind of brought the game to a place where it should have been when it released.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's unreasonable to be like, no, I'm not going to praise you for doing what you originally said you were going to do and taking like 5 years to do it. Sorry.
Yeah. I spent $60 on a game and didn't become that game until I was 5 years older.
Yeah.
I think that's, you know,
I think, sorry, go ahead. I think, it's good to keep this stuff in mind as we learn more about their new game, you know?
Yeah.
And I think most people are, at least like people that are old enough to remember that whole experience.
You are a brave man getting up on that
for real
last year, pitching this new game similarly to the way you pitched the last
Hey, wait. Before you guys leave, wait, hold on. This one's going to be different, I promise. Wait.
Like, bro. Man.
Don't make any crazy promises, Sean, please.
Dude, if he pulls off a shiest century.
It's like a Bernie Madoff.
Dude, just run away. I'll actually respect
the trial of Sean Murray will be televised. All right, what's your next one?
How did I lose it that fast? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I was scanning through the Sean Murray stuff and I lost my way.
Wait, can I guess?
Okay.
Do you remember what it is or no?
Now I do, yeah.
Okay. Is it a bigger game or a smaller game?
This next one's a bigger game. Bigger game. You've seen it at like it might be too much.
I mean, is it like The Witcher 4?
No. That's interesting. Is that on your list?
No, but I know we're not going to see it because that game's always off too.
Probably.
No, I don't know. Just tell me.
Well, I'll give you this hint. Okay. I think we might have seen it at every single Summer Game Fest.
Every single Summer Game Fest?
Yeah, like Keely
So
show.
it's been around for a while then.
Yeah, I think we've seen it everyone. And I'm like, I'm not that hyped
Everyone.
for it. I'm just very interested. I want to be hyped for it. I want to see something that's cool.
Has it mostly been like CG trailers?
Nope.
Huh. I feel like once you say it, I'm gonna feel like an idiot.
Yeah. Because it's so like, to me, that clue is like so obvious that it's like I feel like I might just tell you what it is.
Every summer? No, I don't know.
It's been like everyone. Okay. Call of Duty.
Oh, what the fuck? What's wrong with you?
Because here's the thing, right?
What's wrong? Why?
You used to play Call of Duty, right? Like back in the day. I know you played Modern Warfare. Yeah, but I mean, like you were around back in the day as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, Modern Warfare 2019 was like me getting back into the series and enjoying it. And then like everything past that, I got like less and less interested again. I picked up the most recent one because I heard it was fun. And like, I'll let myself buy Call of Duty like every like 3 years or so, you know?
Yep. That's about where I'm at too. I think like I get like I'll get whatever the refresh is. Like, new engine, refresh, Modern Warfare 2019, I'm there. Oh, new engine, refresh, Modern Warfare 2, 2022, I'm there.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3, absolutely not. Black Ops 6.
That game was not supposed to be good,
Yeah, I'll play that through Game Pass and all the other things like Cold War, I'm good. Like, But yeah, this next game that they're doing is supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like a Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 type of thing. It's like they're going back
to this like Sledgehammer that's doing this one? You don't know.
At this point. I think, honestly, I think it might be Treyarch.
Well, no, because Treyarch did Black Ops 6, right?
I know.
So why would it be Treyarch?
My memory tells me that Treyarch was going back to back.
Who's developing the new Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Who's making COD 2020? Really? Treyarch? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's so weird, bro.
But didn't they just do
They did
Black Ops 6?
Treyarch is fucking
so then why are they doing it? Unless like they just got the other studios to support them.
Well, I think the other studios have been like, they've kind of been the support studio the whole time, like for a while. You know what I mean? I feel like they might just be spread so like, who fucking knows what's going on over there, man?
Like, do they? It used to be that. Yeah, but is that not the case anymore? I guess not.
Sledgehammer kind of broke the cycle when they had a game that they were working on, and it just like fell apart so much, and then Treyarch had to stop doing their game to go basically finish making whatever Sledgehammer was making. I think this was Vanguard. I'm not 100% sure, but like there was a point where the cycle kind of got broken because Treyarch had to step in on another game, on Sledgehammer's game. And then from that point, it's like the cycle was just so wonked out that now we get to today where somehow Treyarch is making 2 back-to-back games.
It's so weird. I mean, that means this next game isn't going to be very good.
Well,
right?
You also remember there's like 100,000 studios working on Call of Duty.
No, I know, but so also like I mean, still though. When it comes to like creative vision, like you don't get a Modern Warfare 2019 if you're making like 2 games in a row each year.
No. This game is not going to be. Well, here's the thing though. This game is not going to be a refresh in terms of like engine and like just overall refresh of like the brand. I feel, but I think it is going to feel like. I think it's going to be close to a Modern Warfare 2019 reset because they're going back to the advanced movement, like the double jumping and.
Is there like leaks or something of that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
I mean, that's. I don't see that as a good sign.
I think it's interesting because I think like from a gameplay standpoint, Call of Duty players, as much as I like Modern Warfare 2019 for it being grounded and tactical, but still feeling like the arcade and having the speed. Call of Duty players are so like sweaty, bro. Call of Duty players, they want to slide around. They want to do all these different techs and like they want to do all these different things, all these different movement things. So I'm kind of in the position where it's like, give the Call of Duty players who want to do all this movement stuff a game that is centered around that instead of giving them Modern Warfare, because this is what they do in Modern Warfare 3. They tried to fill Modern Warfare 3 with like all these different movement desires the community had, and then it just became it's a fucking mess. And Black Ops 6 feels better because of the Omni movement, but
that one's an interesting one because it's funny because they kind of did what Modern Warfare 3 tried to do, but they actually did a good job.
Exactly. It's literally what happened. Like, but
I don't. No, go ahead.
I think that this next one might be the opportunity to, like, to
get weird with it.
Yeah, to get weird with it. You know what I'm saying? Like play around and just like
the weird stuff.
Yeah, and don't feel constrained with like this doesn't have to be realistic. It doesn't have to be like in the 80s, or it doesn't have to be modern. You can do whatever you want with the movement. You can be as fun as you want to be, because that's what the community wants. Honestly, they want fun. Like they want vibrant. They want Black Ops 2. Think, bro.
Well,
Call of Duty fans,
the thing is, you can't like lumping the Call of Duty community into like one big group who wants the same thing. Is like the Call of Duty community is like fucking enormous.
Yeah.
So everyone wants something different. So whatever they do, people are going to complain regardless. But I know that like they're not going to please everyone with one thing.
It's the multiplayer crowd that I'm looking at. The multiplayer / like Warzone people. Like those people, like if you just look at the history of the most successful Call of Duty games and also the most successful maps, like you're gonna see Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. You're gonna see maps like Nuketown, Skate Park. Like Call of Duty fans, they like those, like they like that type of movement and
the fast-paced stuff,
and also like in the colors and stuff too. Like Call of Duty fans are so happy.
Keep talking about the colors. I don't know that people give a shit about the colors.
When Call of Duty announces a map that's some colorful, gimmicky fucking map, Call of Duty fans love that shit, bro.
But Call of Duty fans it's not some mono.
Bro, you might not be tapped in, bro. I'm not gonna
shut up, man.
You might not be, because Call of Duty fans they want to see Hacienda. They want to see Raid. You know what I mean? Like these are like classic maps. These are the maps they want to see. They don't want to see.
I don't know if the colors have anything to do with it.
Colorful ass maps.
Leave it in the comments. Who care about Call of Duty map colors? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Are people really talking about the colors of Call of Duty maps?
I expect this game, like Black Ops 2, like Black Ops 3, to be a very vibrant game that also has like Black Ops 3 has a lot of different aerial movement and wall running and shit like that. And what I want to see from it is something that just, because Call of Duty fans, they're gonna go crazy. But I want to see something that's like, show me that this, like, get me interested in the story again. Get me interested in like, just I want to attach to something, and I think that we're gonna see. I think, like I said, like Call of Duty's been at like every Summer Game Fest, bro. Like I expect it to be here. I think this is the only time where like I guess we should be expecting an announcement soon. Maybe we'll drop this video on the same day. But usually we know when Call of Duty's gonna be there, but we haven't heard anything.
Yeah, like I said, there's like on their website, there's a lot of like boxes with like question marks, meaning that they know a lot of people are gonna announce whatever they end up doing.
Oh, so, yeah. I've seen that in different shows. So Call of Duty, it could show up at the Xbox thing.
That's a good point. It probably will.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I find myself excited for the Xbox showcase because in the past they've done some pretty exciting stuff. So we'll see.
Xbox showcase,
bro.
I know I'm hyped for it too, but the thing is, there's certain things like, for instance, like there's. I'll bring it up. I'll actually make it my next one. I'll wait. I'll check.
Okay, is it my turn? I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
This will be an Xbox one actually. So OD.
You're gonna say what I want to say. Okay.
What you thought? What'd you think I was gonna say?
I'll save it.
Oh, right. Okay. Sure. Yeah. So this is the Kojima game where we got like a Well, we know he's working with Jordan Peele on it, and the teaser we got was like a mocap session of that girl from fucking the It movie, like screaming. You know, it looked creepy. It was weird, like most Kojima stuff.
Yeah.
But we basically know nothing about it. Just that it's a horror thing, and he's working with Jordan Peele, and we know that like the horror stuff that Kojima's tried to do in the past, like PT was like a crazy experience that never came to fruition because of Konami shenanigans. But like, if he's making another horror thing, and we know that last thing looked pretty fucking cool, so I'm excited. And it sounds like he's getting very experimental with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go with him, like since he's in full swing with Death Stranding 2 coming out in like a few weeks.
And that
I don't know.
That other thing he's working on,
Physint. Well, did you hear the news? I mean that's not coming out for a few years. Yeah. So, but it sounded like OD is like when they announced it, it sounded like it was going to be a smaller, more experimental project.
Bro, Kojima came out. He was like, am I wrong? Didn't he come out? And he was like, I promise this is a game.
It's a video game. Like, well, because it was all like footage that he showed, like real people, like in mocap suits. So
like, I feel like it was that kind of made me think this is going to be like as much of a game as like Bandersnatches or shit like that.
He said it was going to utilize like Xbox's like cloud technology or something. So I don't know what it's going to be, but like it's going to be unique as his stuff always is.
This game here, bro, OD. I love Kojima, and I am currently subscribed to Game Pass. You know, I would want this thing to come out. I think this game is dead. I think it's
what?
I don't think this game's coming out. I don't.
Why? I don't think he's just going to abandon it. Like,
I don't think. I mean, it might not be his choice, but I think this game's done.
Okay, that's a weird take, but
I don't think so. There was something I wish I like would have like I wish I could do my little research. Let me I'll try to like maybe pick up something as we're talking. But yeah, I don't think I don't think that game's gonna exist. But Kojima he's announced to be at the show. And it's very possible that he's gonna talk about OD. You know what I mean? Like he could show up and talk about Death Stranding 2 and OD. Or just OD, you know, like OD definitely could show up. But
I think we're gonna see it actually. I think we'll see more of it.
This is saved here. It's saved.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but I just want to. I'm throwing it out there because I don't think a lot of people think that like what I'm saying is the case. I think that like looking back on this, I think it's going to be like I want this prediction here. I don't think that game's coming out. But
okay.
But yeah, shout out to that. What do you think OD stands for?
I mean, I would assume it means overdose, right?
I mean, people assume that PT was playable teaser, so
isn't that what was it? What did it end up
standing for? I'm actually insane. My fault. Take that back. I said nothing. Let's keep moving.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Let's pause for 2 more seconds. The dog is going crazy. I gotta put her in her.
We are pausing now. We're back.
Alrighty. Do you have more games?
Yeah. I'm gonna throw this in there. I wasn't gonna say it, but because it just seems so like I don't know. It's kind of just tiring at this point to me. Kind of. Fable. I want to see Fable gameplay.
I think it would be kind of ridiculous if we didn't see it. Right? I mean,
it's ridiculous that we haven't seen it.
Yeah, we haven't seen gameplay or anything. Yeah,
like, it's insane. Like that's the thing. Like the reason why I kind of like had that little like cringe at the Xbox showcase when you said it earlier is just the fact that like, dude, like we're still like
we need to see a release date for that game,
bro,
this year.
I think that we don't like, man. I really don't want to like just in 2020. Xbox they had a showcase that was like, yo, man, you want to buy an Xbox Series. You want to buy an Xbox Series for Fable, for State of Decay 3, Halo Infinite,
oh my God, yeah,
Hellblade, fucking Everwild, fucking like, bro, like, what are we talking about? Like, it's like, I just feel like this. Why are we still waiting on Fable gameplay? That game was announced in 2020.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like,
yeah, it's weird.
And then does anyone care about State of Decay 3? Are we questioning that? Do we want to see that?
I think you're the only person that remembered that game exists, honestly.
Like, dude. Like, I just don't like, and then like Perfect Dark, we did end up getting gameplay of that last year. But yeah, man, I just like when it comes to Xbox, I expect for Xbox to have a good show and for us to get like nothing out of it. Like per usual, but I would like some Fable gameplay, and I'd like for it to be.
They've been good about announcing like smaller stuff that's coming out like not long after it's announced. So, but yeah, their big stuff They need big stuff.
Yeah.
My next game is Big Walk, which I doubt you know what that is. Do you remember Big Walk? I think it was shown during a PlayStation showcase, but it's the most recent game from the developers of Untitled Goose Game. A game that I haven't actually played yet, but this game just looks so weird and funny. I just want to see more of it. That's like kind of the gist of my list, is like stuff that I might not ever play, but I want to see more of.
They showed this game at the last Summer Game Fest, right?
Oh, did they? Okay, yeah.
I think that's where it got announced. Yeah, or maybe
but it's like a co-op. It's a co-op game where you're like exploring with friends, but you play as these like silly like duck creatures in this realistic environment. It just seems kind of surreal and like strange, and I just want to see more of it, like what that game actually is.
Like, that game looks really cool. I think that's gonna be just a cool game to play with friends. It's gonna be a cool experience like that. I was really hyped for that when I seen it. And just like you said, like it's made by the Untitled Goose Game guys. It's probably gonna be pretty fun. It's probably gonna be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. I want to see more of it.
I actually have something I want to throw in there.
Yeah,
that just kind of opened my mind to some stuff. I'd like to see a game by I forgot his last name. I think his first name is Lewis. The guy, it was an Annapurna game. 12 Minutes. Do you remember that?
I never played it, but yeah, I know of it.
I'd like to see his next game. I'd like to see him show up because we don't know anything about that. From what I've checked. I'd like to see him show up. I think that'd be cool.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's always like surprises, and like new games that just like look awesome that no one was expecting. So obviously, like I always want to see those, and I'm sure we'll get some that look pretty sick.
Are you hyped for? Do you have another game?
No, that was my last one.
So you don't want to see the Killer Bean game from last year?
Oh yeah, no, I do want to see more of that game. It's funny because that's like it looks like it'll be a fun game. Like obviously it'll be ridiculous, but it looks like a game that YouTubers would have played in like 2015.
It's like the world.
It looks like something PewDiePie would have done, or like Smosh Games or whatever. But it does look. It actually looks like a video game, which is crazy because like all the stuff that happens in there doesn't look like it should be possible, but it looks like actual gameplay and it looks insane. Like it actually looks fun. I don't know that I'm gonna play it, but it looks sick though. Are you gonna be picking up the Killer Bean game?
Most likely not. Most likely not.
I don't think so. What if it's like $10?
Oh no.
No? If it released and got like if all the reviews were like this game is ridiculous, but it's ridiculous fun, I could see myself buying that for $10. I would play that game.
I'd be hyped to hear your reaction to it. And I think like it could it's funny, that game weirdly reminds me of Phantom Blade Zero. Like,
remind me what Phantom Blade Zero
Blade Zero is the game that PlayStation showed at a State of Play.
Was that the Chinese solo developer game? Or am I thinking of something?
Yeah, like
it's first person, you got a sword.
No, not first person.
Okay.
But you do have two swords. Dodgy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It reminded you of that?
In the sense that like you're running around like just straight action. Go to new location, action, flips, acrobatic. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
it looks like what made it stand out to me is that it looks like ridiculous and over the top, but it looks like it actually has a gameplay foundation that can support that ridiculous stuff,
That's kind of how I feel about Phantom Blade Zero. Like it felt like that first trailer felt like a whole bunch of like flashy stuff, but as if at the core there is some way to, do all this stuff on the
like it works as a game.
Yeah.
No, I get you.
I weirdly don't have I feel like overall like the games that I listed, I want to see Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Yotei. I think that's gonna be there. I would love if Intergalactic is there, but I think
it's not going to be.
It's not. I do think it's gonna be at the Game Awards, but
I don't. That game's gonna be fucking dead until like 2 years from now.
What would you
Like,
want to see Nintendo announce if they showed up?
I mean, a 3D Mario is the obvious one, right?
Mario Galaxy 3.
That would be cool. I don't think it's gonna happen, but that would be cool. A
That
new
would get
Paper
me
Mario would be
hype.
cool, which I say because I'm just playing Paper Mario
Paper
now.
Mario by Larian.
By Larian? Yeah. No, but like actually.
That'd be insane. Like that's like a fucking dream game.
What's crazy is that the only time they've ever like given another developer third party rights to Mario is fucking Ubisoft, which is insane.
Oh my god.
Let me think. Like
Sonic
a new
game made by
new
Insomniac.
Nintendo. Oh, I don't give a shit about that. Sorry, Sonic fans. I don't care. I mean, Nintendo. Like, what could they do? I don't know. Like, 3D Mario is the obvious one.
Smash?
New Smash game. Didn't they confirm recently that like that's what they're working on, a new Smash game?
Well,
Or that like Sakurai was working on something.
Sakurai is working on that Kirby game, which really
is that what he's doing?
Yeah, I don't. That pains me.
No. I mean, like, I know the Kirby games are good, so I don't. That doesn't bother me.
I don't. I want Sakurai like endlessly working for the rest of his life on Super Smash Bros. Like in a room.
You really hate that guy.
Yeah, don't let him out. Just keep cranking out Smash Bros, man. Like, yeah, that's what I want.
I don't know what Nintendo could announce that would get me excited. Like, it's gonna like I don't see them announcing anything that's gonna make me want to pick up a Switch day one or anything.
Oh, you know what would be crazy? I think, bro. Okay, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. I'm throwing this out here. It's my last one.
Okay.
I want to see the Xbox handheld.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see that. I think that'd be really cool. I think that would be exciting for Xbox. I'd want to see what it looks like when one of the big three. My fault. When the other one of the other two big three says we're stepping into handheld, because it looks like all three of them are going into handheld based on what we're hearing. But I want to see what their crack at it is.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna live up to like what the Steam Deck is or what the Switch is.
I think it's gonna destroy the fucking Steam Deck, and I think it can.
I do not think so,
bro. What,
bro? Like Valve's backing, like with what they offer to everyone, with like how open their hardware is, and like the number of games that they have on Steam. Like, how do you compete with that?
I think if that little, because what I imagine for Xbox's handheld, and we've been hearing about this. I'd imagine it can play Steam. It can download games off the Steam. I imagine.
I think so. I think that's a pretty massive leap.
If that shit doesn't, there's been rumors about the whole Steam shit for a while. I think like if it doesn't have Steam, I think I'd be extremely disappointed. I'd be like, what the fuck are we doing?
What like how does it benefit Xbox for it to have Steam? Like from what I've read, it's Xbox and like AMD or some PC manufacturer working together to make a handheld. Like, do we know it's going to be Xbox branded? Like, or is it going to be I don't know, like a PC that specializes in Xbox games?
I think that little thing is going to be. I imagine what we're going to get is a handheld that, in a large way, is like a Game Pass machine. But I think it's also going to have access to other storefronts like Steam and Epic Game Store. I think it's going to have Windows. But I think it's gonna have it all within like this comes from like some other leak stuff. I heard Jeff Grubb talking about it. He didn't say this, but he was talking about it for other people. Mm-hmm. It having like its own like kind of like Steam big screen mode type of thing where like they basically make a console like experience within Windows for it. That's what I'm expecting. I'm also one of the big things I'm expecting is I think what Steam Deck doesn't do, or like what they just don't have as much of an ability to do, or I don't know, practice whatever, is I think Xbox is going to make a really good handheld device from a hardware standpoint and sell it at a loss. Whereas I imagine it's going to be a really nice display, like something like it's going to have a better display than the Switch 2.
Like an OLED or something.
Yeah, I don't know exactly in what way it's going to be better, but I think it's going to be like statistically better than the Switch 2's display. And I think it's going to be more powerful than the Switch 2. I think it's going to basically be like a mobile I'm imagining a mobile Series S. That's what I'm thinking.
I just like think back to like how Xbox has screwed up like every step of the way, like in regards to like when they try to commit to something and they go halfway. Like I think that they're gonna do exactly what they shouldn't do, which is like they're gonna announce the handheld and then the specs are gonna come out and it's gonna be like and it's gonna be like worse than everything else. And people are like, what are you doing, Xbox?
I would actually, it's crazy because you know how I feel about Xbox, but I really do have a lot of faith in them that this thing is going to come out right. I think when Phil Spencer's like, yeah, we have the Surface team working on some new Xbox hardware.
That doesn't excite me in any way.
I think they're going to be able to handle it. I really do. I think they're going to be able to like make this thing like, I'm excited for the Xbox handheld. I think they're gonna,
when I think about like PC, like modularity and like knowing what hardware you would need to run a certain library of games, I can't see anything competing with the Steam Deck because those guys are such nerds. They know exactly the specs that they need for people to be satisfied to run like custom stuff while still running like midline games on the Steam library. I don't see Microsoft having that like presence of mind or awareness to know exactly what that hardware needs to be to get people excited, you know?
I'm gonna be honest.
And like it sounds more like a Microsoft product than an Xbox product.
And it will be. I believe that. I think it's gonna like it'll have Xbox branding to sell it, but I think this is gonna be a Microsoft gaming product for sure.
Yeah, and that makes me even more depressed about it. Like or less excited.
I think, but what I'm looking at is kind of the end result because I do believe that like when was the last Steam Deck released?
The OLED was like 2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, so it doesn't really say much to say that I think it's going to be like better from a hardware standpoint than the Steam Deck. I don't think, right?
I mean,
I think like obviously it's going to be better. It's 2 years like or 3 years later.
But this is Xbox we're talking about. Man. They make boneheaded decisions all the time. And like Microsoft is so out of touch a lot of the time when it comes to hardware. Like they say the Surface team is working on it. That makes me more worried about it.
It's not a bad product,
but does it translate to like the gaming space? Like,
my thing is,
do those people know what
objective? When your only objective is to get those people to like to adjust to this other side, like what I'm imagining, and I'll just go back to this: the end product I think we're gonna get with this device is you're gonna get a device that has access to Steam, that has access to Epic Game Store, that has the Xbox store with Game Pass, and it's going to be stronger than the Switch. It's going to be stronger than the Steam Deck, and it's going to be the best way to play like modern games portable. I think the only thing that's going to be competition to it for like in the beginning is going to be Switch because Switch has exclusives like Mario, Zelda.
I mean, if they could do that, then yeah, that would be very impressive. I'd be curious to see what they price it at. But like,
I think it's gonna have a good price. That's another thing. I think like they're because I feel like
Xbox. Was it like a clone that was here with when we were talking about on the podcast the Xbox price increases and how they were charging like $600 for a console that they basically made useless because Game Pass is on everything.
I think that the price of their handheld is going to be. I think it's going to be $450. I think it's going to be $450. I think it's going to be $450, and it's going to be stronger than the Switch, and it's going to have Game Pass, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be really cool.
The new Switch is pretty powerful.
It is. It's nice, but I don't think it's going to. I think Xbox is going to clear it. And they're going to clear it.
I think they're going to fumble on the hardware side of things. Like, I think it's just not.
You remember how we were talking about Switch, and it was like the question of like. For instance, Switch couldn't be my only platform because I don't know if because GTA is not going to be on the Switch, right?
Yeah.
That Xbox portable thing that I'm talking about, I think GTA will be on that thing.
Oh, fuck off. No.
Bro. Son.
No, on a handheld? No.
Bro, 100. Bro, I think that's exciting.
This is another $300 I'm putting on this. GTA 6. They announced an Xbox handheld. GTA 6 is not going to be on there.
Bro. And I'm excited about it because like I'm excited that you think that it's not going to be able to do that because I don't think that thing exists without being able to like for instance, let's say the Steam stuff falls through. Oh, it can't play Steam games, even though there's been stuff going on that hints that it will. Let's say that doesn't happen. Let's say it only plays like it only has the Xbox store, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think like all of that we could say that's in the air speculation. I do not believe that Xbox is going to release a handheld device that does not play GTA 6.
You've already released a console that doesn't play most games properly. Why do you put it past them to not do the same for a handheld?
GTA 6 would be on that handheld for sure.
$300.
$300? Man, I'm broke.
Yeah.
Let me think.
And cloud gaming doesn't count.
No, yeah, not cloud. Yeah, running natively.
Like a new AAA game, so like $70 or $80, whatever.
Okay, bet. 70. It plays GTA 6. What's the window? Can I say it plays GTA 6 in 2027 or what?
We don't have to put a date on it.
Well, I mean, at what point do I have to? At what point is it like? I mean, because I think there's a possibility that
if they don't announce it before 2027, yeah, sure.
I'll say 2026.
Okay, sure.
All right.
And this doesn't count for when, like, if it can run Steam games, like if GTA 6 eventually comes to Steam,
running it doesn't count there.
Running it on like potato settings does not count. Because you seem very confident that they're gonna, like, showcase it.
Yeah, I'm confident that there's going to be an optimized version of the game for that platform.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
And the reason why I think that's going to happen is because I think that portable in a lot of ways is just going to be a portable Series S. Like I think it's gonna
And you think GTA 6 is gonna be able to?
They said the GTA 6 is gonna be on the Series S. I don't know how in the world it's gonna happen.
They say a lot of things regarding that console,
but not. I mean, with Rockstar, they said it. They said it's they put that Series S on the bottom of that. Yeah.
Wow.
If you go on the GTA 6 website, it says for PlayStation and Xbox Series X and S. I have no idea how that's going to work.
It's fucking 720p.
yes, so it's probably going to run like piss.
Running at 20 frames per minute. We'll see how that turns out for them.
But all right.
Those are all the official topics that we've got, and as we always do, we're going to talk about